welcome back. We're gonna deviate a little bit from what we normally do, which is uh, patient focused, women focused, and just because this is something that is so important to training and so important to, I'll call it a knowledge transfer. So you have this gentleman here who has spent his life in the operating room developing, innovating, but at the same time has done something that others have not done, which is record all of the things that he's done for the last 20 years. And he has spent the entire time of COVID locked up in his office, curating and uploading and putting together these files of videos. And so, uh, I got to have Dr. Alinsod back on to be able to talk about these videos more so because um, it's really going to help a lot of physicians. It's going to help a lot of physicians that are coming out of their fellowship, they're coming out of their training. Yes, they've had amazing training, but you just can't replicate 20 years of experience along with the fact that what you're doing with these videos and shooting them in high definition in 4K and the close-ups, nobody better in the business. If there's a vagina that needs to be photographed, that's the guy that you want to have do it. So he is a definite artist in the operating room and in his office, and so I'm going to let him talk about some of the work that he's done to be able to get this site up and running. So, Dr. Allenside.
Well, thanks for giving this time. I really appreciate it. I never
Absolutely.
get to talk about this stuff. Well, you're right, exactly right. During the pandemic, I had all of us were kind of
Right.
shut down, no patients, and so what I decided to do was get all my collections of videos that I had collected over 18 plus years, and then I realized I had over almost 200 terabytes of videos, 4K HD, that I had collected because not all, but most of my cases I recorded and I would narrate. So while yeah,
Beta, VHS, and then of
well,
course,
I converted all those way back then.
that's right. That's right.
But when I'm doing surgeries, I had a headgear on, I had my microphone, and I recorded them. So as I was doing my surgeries, I described everything I did.
Right.
I'm talking the whole time I'm doing, and I'm giving details on how I'm refining this edge or how I'm doing the suturing that I'm doing. So I put them in the videos, and then I started editing the videos, and then I realized, oh my goodness, this takes so much time. It's a massive amount of time. For example, let's say 5 minutes of video will take 30 to 40 hours of work.
Right.
It's an average.
I-
So I had time during the pandemic,
Right.
and I started editing my videos, and I started creating a structure. I had my 200 plus videos as my package, so I went and compartmentalized them. I put all my labiaplasty, let's say we call it a Barbie look labiaplasty
Yep.
videos. I called it hybrid labiaplasty, hood reduction. I compartmentalized and organized all of them over the past 3 years. And then I was finally happy and satisfied that I had good content. I could start
And
my
a lot of it.
and a lot of
And a
it.
lot of it.
And I had my network. That was the hardest part, is finding a good network. And finally, I was able to find someone where I can store my videos. And I didn't it wasn't very original. I copied someone. I copied Netflix.
Right.
I copied
That's a
the
good.
Netflix
That's a good
structure.
business model.
Yes, I copied the Netflix structure and we released it and called it GYNFLIX, GYNFLIX. We released it and called it GYNFLIX in October of this past year.
Well,
It took me
congratulations
three
to.
years, but
Hey, listen. Those are we. I think everyone during COVID can all talk about different projects, right? So one of the things that we spent a lot of time doing is just investing in our customer relationship management tool, our CRM, um, and of course building out the podcast studio, right? So
Beautiful.
when you have time, you then take advantage of those things, and so here we are, and I've had a chance to take a look at your site. It's absolutely fantastic. If you are a surgeon, and even if you've been out in practice for 10 years, 15 years, and you want to now transition into some of that cosmetic work, uh, this is the subscription to get. I mean, it is something that you can pause, play back, bring it to the OR, put it on your tablet. I mean, you've done it in a very, very easy way to locate and then be able to play and then develop their skill set.
So I did do that, created for learning on your computer or on your phone, and we had a segment of videos, review videos, so that you can look at it right before you do the case. And so we have that just so
Right.
that, okay, oh, I'm going to do a complex hood reduction. And so let's find it. You go to my search function and you
Right.
put hood reduction, and 40 things will pop up, and you pick the one for review. You look at something such as a vampire wing lift or O-shot, you put it on the search site.
Right.
So I've tagged all these videos so that when you are specific, you know exactly what you want to do, or you're not quite sure, you just put it on the search terms and you can find all my videos.
Those are the cliff notes,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Those are the 10 must-do steps for doing this particular procedure. I mean, think about the time, effort, energy put into it, and you've got different specials with the subscription, and you've got ways that people can check it out
Where
for a little bit of time just to make sure that this is right for them.
I made it very, very affordable because I know these courses up. I'll just be honest. I used to charge 25 grand for this, for
Right.
access to my materials, and for years that's what we charged. And we'd have doctors taking the whole course and all this, but um, internationally, I wasn't reaching my audience internationally. It was too expensive, and so we were able to create this and make a subscription module.
Right.
We have the silver level. It's cheap, $98 a month for access to these videos.
Yeah.
It's like
I mean,
very inexpensive.
it's like a copay.
Yeah, it's like a GoPay. And then the next level for those who are really trained and want more specific, more time, my time. I give them my personal time.
Okay.
It's only $198 a month.
I mean,
It's very inexpensive, and you can quit anytime.
right.
I'm not going to hold you in there if you don't want to be there. And so we are reaching the entire world with this. And not only do we do that, we provide the forms that you need for these new doctors who come out. This is not trained in OBGYN residencies, plastic surgery residencies, cosmetic surgery residencies, urology, none. So they don't know what forms to do. They don't know what the consents are.
Right.
Guess what?
You've got them.
I got it for them.
Yeah.
For the fellows subscription price, they get all that. And the marketing we do, we even put them on www.vaginalrejuvenation.com. I own that. And so we market for these fellows.
That alone is
that alone is about $3,500 a year.
Yeah.
Yes.
to be able to do that.
Yes, and we're basically giving it to them free because at $198 a month, it's included.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like the plus plus plus. So
It is.
So
I
I think it's less than
Yeah,
your Dropbox subscription.
it
Right?
is.
So you're getting all these curated videos
And,
along with you've got some other stuff.
The satisfying thing is I'm being called by organizations all around the world who want to make GYNFLIX a part of their training program. Universities, residencies, institutions, I better not name them, but
Right.
institutions who train
Mhm.
want to use my materials, GYNFLIX, as their core training program for their fellows.
Because why?
They have no experience.
Because the number one location of where people go to, because they're a resident, they're seeing the first time vaginal hysterectomy. What do? Most of the time, yeah, because I ask them, they go to YouTube. They check it out. They see which ones have been posted. They see which ones, and then now all of a sudden you start getting into these more complex procedures that you do and that are on this site. I can certainly understand where if you are a residency program, a fellowship program, that you would want to have a subscription to something like this with this type of quality and content that will then give everyone a place to start
Yeah.
and then to be able to talk about and
Yeah.
review it the night before
And
so
the majority of the doctors out there don't have time to redo a fellowship or
yep.
start a new training program. And this is one way of you to become competent, have some skills, because I explain it the whole time and make myself available for your text, emails, calls, and I discuss it with them.
Right.
We'll go over the video one on one and say, "See right here?
Right.
See what I'm doing right there? This is," and I explain it.
This leads to this, which
Yeah.
leads to this, right? And this is what I'm thinking, and why I approached it this way is because they present it in a particular way. So, you know, congratulations.
Thank you.
I wish you all the success. Hopefully, after people see this, you've got operators standing by, and the phones are going to be flying, and the subscriptions, and the credit card machine's going to, you know.
They just go to gyneflix.com and they can get in.
There you go. Go to gyneflix.com. Check it out. It's going to help you improve your surgical skill set. It's going to help more patients have better outcomes. So, Dr. Alinsod, thanks for joining us in the studio.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.